So let's begin with today's lovely recipe. Now here I have a cup of sprouted moongs. I'll leave the instructions on how I got these sprouted moongs, how I made them at home. Then I have 4 cloves of garlic, 1 inch of ginger, about 2 light green chillies chopped up. This is 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, some salt to taste. This is some fresh coriander, about half a cup. This is some rice flour and some chickpea flour. So all ingredients with their right measurements will be in the description box below. So I'm going to add the sprouted moong to my blender or mixer pot. I'm going to add my coriander, my green chilies, my garlic and ginger, the salt, and I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of water, and I'm going to grind this to a very smooth paste like this. Now I'm going to add the chickpea flour and the rice flour. I'm also going to add my garam masala, my coriander powder, cumin powder, and I'm going to give everything a good mix. And I'm going to add a little more water so that we get a kind of a dosa batter consistency. So maybe another 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. Now I've got my dosa iron pan heating. Let your iron pan be nice and hot on a low to medium flame. Once my iron pan is nice and hot, I'm just going to pour about 2 tablespoons of this batter, and I'm going to circle it like this, like you would with a dosa. See that there are no gaps. And then I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of clarified butter or ghee. You can also add oil if you want. And we're going to let this nicely cook on a low to medium flame till the edges turn nice and golden brown in color. Now your iron pan should always be hot, so heat it up, preheat it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Otherwise, this batter begins to get stuck and it's very difficult to flip the pancake. So now once the edges start to brown, you're just going to turn it over and you'll get this dark kind of a color on the lower side.
I don't know, I was going to taste.
Let the other side also cook well. Now you can serve this with any kind of chutney. I've got a video where I've put up 10 different types of chutneys. I will leave a link below so you can go through those chutneys and you can choose whichever chutney you want to serve this with. This is such a healthy snack. You can even have it as a light brunch or breakfast. You can serve this with some lovely tomato ketchup for your kids, and they love it too. So this is one very nice way of, eating sprouts, which are so high in protein. So in this way, we'll continue making, the rest of the pancakes or the chillas. So the main things that you have to remember in this is that you have to sprout the moong really well. The next thing is that you have to get a very smooth batter, because then it's easy to pour it onto the girdle and get the pancakes cooked really well. So in this way, friends, you can make these lovely Moong chillas and enjoy them. Now let's go to my kitchen and start preparing this yummy and delicious veg burger. For our veg Moong burger, we have two parts. The first part is making the veg cutlet out of our sprouted moong. And the second part is assembling our burger. So let us start with the ingredients we require for making a veg cutlet out of sprouted moong. I have left the instructions in the description box below as to how to prepare the sprouted boiled moong. And you have to drain out all the water from it. So this will take about at least 3 to 4 hours for it to become completely dry. Otherwise, our burger cutlet will be very soggy if it has water in it. Then we require some finely diced capsicum. I've taken the green color and the red color. Then we have some chopped garlic, about 4 to 5 cloves, some green chillies, about 2 slit green chillies. I've cut them very fine. Then some pepper powder, some pizza seasoning, and some slices of bread. I've made them into small bits because this adds a body to the cutlet and allows it to be firm so we can fry it easily. Then for assembling our burger, we require burger buns, which I've cut into 2 halves like this. We need some cheese slices, some mayonnaise, some ketchup, and some caramelized onion. I've caramelized this onion using olive oil. All of this is done using extra virgin olive oil. So let's start with our first part, which is preparing the cutlet. Okay. Here in my pan, I have some olive oil heating up. To this, I will add my garlic. You don't have to heat your olive oil a lot. So we'll start by sauteing our garlic. Once our garlic is sauteed a little, we'll add in our green chillies. We can now add our capsicum. Now we will add about 2 teaspoons of pepper powder and about 2 teaspoons of pizza seasoning and give it a good mix. Now we can put our flame off and we will add this now to our sprouted and boiled moong. Our next step is now that we add whatever we have fried into our sprouted moong. To this, we will also add our pieces of bread. We will also add some salt according to taste. And now we have to mix all of this together. You can use your hands or you can use a potato masher or a pav bhaji masher and get all of this together. Now that we have mixed all our moong and veggies together, our next step is to form cutlets and we require some breadcrumbs to roll them in. So let's start forming our cutlets. You will take a little bit of the mixture depending on how big a cutlet or smaller cutlet you want to make.
If you find it a little bit soggy, add some more bread slices, pieces of bread slices to it. And then you will roll it in your breadcrumbs. And keep it aside. In this way, I'll prepare some more cutlets. So I've prepared 4 cutlets. And now we will heat our pan. And again pour in some olive oil. And once the oil is a little hot, we will add our cutlets. You can add vegetables of your choice. That is, you can add carrots, you can add spinach leaves, you can add anything which you would like to this burger. It's a very healthy burger. You can give it to your kids. You can have it, share it with friends and family. And now we'll wait for our burger to brown. Try and use a non-stick pan because it helps with frying the burger well. Now you'll see that your burger is getting nice and brown, but we have to fry this for some more time till we get a lovely dark brown color on it. Now you can see that our burger has become nice and brown. The cutlets have become nice and brown. We'll still wait for some time because then they become nice and crispy. And because we've added the pieces of sliced bread, it's got some firmness too. Also, like I said, you have to remove all the excess water from your boiled moong. So what I do is I put it in a colander, a steel colander or strainer. I put a plate and I put a heavy object on top of it. And I let all the water drain out for at least 4 to 5 hours. Preferably keep it in the fridge so that all the water gets drained out and you get a nice dry consistency. So now that our burgers are ready, the burger cutlet, we'll take them off in a plate. The aroma is amazing of capsicum and pepper and all the herbs in the pizza seasoning. So now we'll go to the assembling of our burger. So now we're going to assemble our burger. Now one thing which you can do is also on your hot pan, just put the burger breads and get it a little bit toasted. You can apply some butter, but since we are making the very healthy version, we'll avoid the butter. Just toast it lightly so the bread also becomes a little nice and crispy. So now we'll go to assemble our burger. Now you can see that I've toasted the bun a little bit. We'll first add some mayonnaise to our bread. Take the lower portion. This is the upper portion. Use the lower portion. Put some mayonnaise. Then we shall put some ketchup. You can put the spicy ketchup, you can put the sweet ketchup. Then we'll take our burger cutlet. Then we'll add some caramelized onion. This gives a lovely flavor to the burger. And then we'll put in a cheese slice. You can use any cheese slice of your choice. Here I've used the cheddar because my family likes the cheddar cheese. And then close your burger. And there it is, the lovely Moong burger. I'll show you one more. So here I've taken the bread and the top. First we'll apply some mayonnaise. Then goes some ketchup. Then goes your burger cutlet. some caramelized onion, and then a slice of cheese. And there you have it, friends, the amazing veg Moong burger. It's delicious and healthy too. Thank you for watching my recipe.
So friends, let's see today's delicious moong dal appes. There's no deep frying, but it's really healthy. So now I've taken 1 cup of yellow moong dal, washed it really well, and I'm going to soak it in 3 cups of water for at least 4 hours. It's very important to soak the dal so we get this lovely light appes. Now after 4 hours, I'm going to drain all the water from the dal and I'm going to transfer this moong dal to a mixer jar. Now I'm going to add the paste of 2 green chillies and half an inch of ginger. So I've just coarsely ground it in my mixer jar, or you can grind it in your mortar and pestle. I'm adding approximately 1 teaspoon of salt and about 1/4 cup of water. We're going to grind this to a very smooth batter, like a pancake batter. Now I'm going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of hing or asafoetida, cumin seeds, and 1/4 cup of finely chopped onion, 1/4 cup of tomato, and 1/4 cup of capsicum. And some coriander. We're going to mix all of this and give it a taste test to see if you need to add more salt. Now mix everything really well and now heat your appe pan on a low flame for about 3 minutes. So this is a very instant and once you have soaked the dal, this is really fast to make. So just set it aside till the appe pan gets nice and heated. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of ghee. So we're going to keep this really healthy. You can also add coconut oil. That will give it a beautiful taste. And then you're just going to swirl this around. And now you're just going to put the batter till the brim in each of these molds, and then you're just going to cover and cook this on a very low flame for about 1 minute. Now after 1 minute, you will see that the sides become golden brown in color. So just take a spoon and just turn them. They turn very easily. And in this way, cook the other side uncovered. You don't have to cover it now because then it will become nice and crispy. And once they're done, just take them out and you can serve this with your favorite chutney. I'll leave a link of all different chutneys down in my description box below. You can enjoy it with that. Today I'm having it with this fresh coconut chutney, which is amazing. And you can see how light and nice and crispy the appes have become without deep frying them. And when you open them, you can see that they're nicely cooked inside. There's no raw, moong dal. So let's give it a nice taste test with the green chutney. Here goes. And it's super delicious. So try out this recipe, guys. Let's start with today's delicious and easy moong dal idlis. So here I've taken 1 cup of yellow moong dal, washed it really well, and I'm going to soak it in 3 cups of water for 4 hours. Now after 4 hours, I'm going to drain all the water and I'm going to grind this to a very fine paste using just about half a cup of water. Now in a pan, I'm going to heat 2 tablespoons of ghee or clarified butter. Once the ghee is nice and hot, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, followed by half a teaspoon of urad dal. Then we're going to add 5 to 6 curry leaves, which I've chopped finely. Next goes in half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, 1 green chilli chopped fine. You're going to fry all of this really well on a low flame. Now I'm going to add half an inch of ginger, which I've grated using my cheese grater. You can also coarsely mash it up in a mortar and pestle. Now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of fine semolina or rava. You can also use the medium rava. Fry everything really well together. So this rava gives a body to the the idlis, and it makes it also very delicious. Now you're going to add all of this mixture to the batter. You're going to add 1/4 cup of finely chopped capsicum, 1/4 cup of finely chopped coriander, a little salt to taste, and 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. Next, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of yogurt or dahi. Just beat it up well using a spoon. Don't add any water to the dahi. Just whisk it with a spoon or a whisk. Now mix all of these ingredients really well together. Now you can also add grated carrots, grated cooked beetroot. The choices are endless. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of fruit salts or Eno and immediately give it a very nice thorough mix. Now I have just greased my idli molds with some ghee and my idli stand is ready. I'm just going to fill up the molds and we're going to steam these idlis on a high flame for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, let them come to room temperature and your lovely Moong idlis are all ready. So enjoy this recipe, guys. So friends, let's make this delicious instant dosa today. So here I've washed about 1 cup of whole moong and I'm going to soak it in 3 cups of water for 3 to 4 hours. I get about 6 to 7 dosas with this quantity. We will also need half an inch of ginger, 2 light green chillies that I've cut fine, 1 medium-sized onion chopped fine, 1 teaspoon of jeera seeds or cumin seeds, salt to taste. I use Himalayan pink salt, half a teaspoon of fenugreek or methi seeds, half a teaspoon of hing or asafoetida, and half a cup of coriander. Now, after 3 to 4 hours, I've drained all the water from the moong and I'm going to add it to my mixer jar. Then I'm going to add all of the other ingredients one by one, that is the chilies, the ginger, the onion, the coriander, the cumin seeds, the jeera, that is, the methi seeds, the salt to taste, and the asafoetida. And then I'm adding just a little water, about quarter cup of water, and we're going to grind this to a very smooth paste. It should have the same consistency as a dosa or a ghavan. If you feel like, you can add a little more water to get the right consistency. Now here I've really heated up my heavy bottomed iron pan for at least 10 to 15 minutes till it's piping hot. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of water and then wipe it clean with a clean kitchen towel. This way the dosa will not stick to the pan. So ensure that it's really heated up well. And then you're just going to pour about 2 to 3 teaspoons or spoonsful of this batter and then spread it out as much as you can, like you would with a dosa. The thinner the better, it becomes more crispy that way. And also ensure that you fill in up all the gaps with the batter. What happens is if there are some gaps, then the dosa tends to break, or you won't get an entire dosa. So just ensure that, put a little bit of batter and spread it out. And now we're just going to drizzle a few drops of desi ghee or clarified butter, or toop as you say, and we're going to let this really crisp up. So when you see the sides of the dosa browning up a little, just take your spatula or ulatna and just loosen up the dosa completely. Do it very gently so it doesn't break, and once you're confident enough that it's completely loosened up, just turn it onto the other side. And we're going to cook the other side also on a low to medium flame till it's lovely and nice and crispy. So just press it down, let it cook on this hot tawa with the toop and with the toop or the ghee in it. And once it's nice and crispy, then we're going to take it out in a plate. So since our pan is already nice and piping hot, you don't need to put the water and everything again. And then you just make the rest of the dosas in the same manner. This is a very simple recipe. It has very few ingredients and you don't need to soak anything overnight. Plus there's no rice. So for people who want to avoid rice because of diabetes or sugar, this is a very good idea. And plus it gets ready also so quickly. So it's a great tiffin item or a great breakfast item or a late dinner recipe. So once it is nice and crisp, you can just take it and serve it with your favorite chutney. See how thin it is? And it's such a healthy recipe. So you can serve this with your favorite sambar or chutney. I'll leave a link to all my recipes of chutneys and sambar in the description box and the comment section below.